Yo, what's up guys? AFC Adino here and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be playing Pokemon Go and I'm going to be bringing the same core Hexorus Clefable, but this time we do have the Escavelier instead of the Scizor. I have to say that the Scizor didn't perform poorly, it performed pretty well, but I want to see how Escavelier does now, as Escavelier has a better matchup against Steel types, which Clefable will struggle against, and Hexorus does have counter though. So Hexorus generally does well, but yeah, let's see how this one goes with the Escavalier. If you guys are interested in these kind of videos, definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. And yeah, I'm on my way to 5,000 subscribers. It'd be cool if we can hit it before September ends. And yeah guys, all the information on these months are going to be on the screen. And yeah, let's buckle up for some Fantasy Cup gameplay. Let's hop right into the first battle. Did slow down the speed up a bit, so let's see how this goes. But yeah, we have an Hexorus into a Tapu Fini, and I switched out, but I think I should have actually stayed in there because his fast attacks are Water Gun. But yeah, now we see Steelix coming in, which is actually the matchup we want here, so not sure why he brought in the Steelix against us. But this is real good because we got the Acid Spray on him, and I think I should shield it, but I think I didn't. We didn't, okay, luckily we didn't on the Psychic Fang, and I should be able to get off my Drill Run. I got the Acid Spray on him, and if he doesn't shield this, then he's gonna drop, which he didn't. Acid Spray into Drill Run is so strong, guys. But yeah, now I'm a mana ahead. I still have my 2 shields, and basically whatever he brings in, we can align it. It is the Registeel, so that makes sense. So he was running Fairy Double Steel, so it makes sense that he brought this in. I just showed my Drill Run, so I thought he might wanted to shield there, but he didn't fall for my bait, and here I decided to serve on. I decided to shield on the serve and then get off my Acid Spray. I wanted to get off the Acid Spray first, so I have a better chance at killing this, because now I should have actually gone into Clefable here instead of, I should have just immediately swapped to Clefable, because we know the last Pokemon is a Steel type, which Clefable doesn't do much against, and if we actually had HP on this guy, we could have done it. We could have used him to beat down the last Steel type. But I guess at the time I was so confident that my Hexorus would beat the last remaining Steel type, and after killing me he cannot switch out. But I think I should have just gone into Clefable immediately, because now Tapu Fini was able to farm up on me on my Escavalier, and yeah, now I have to take a few charged attacks. He goes for Surf now, which I should easily take, and yeah, the second one, but now the Tapu Fini should be empty, so I should be able to farm up a bit. I'm going to try to get close to Meteor Meshes, but I'm gonna throw off my first one because he still has a shield. I want to make sure that I'm not counting incorrectly, and I'm trying to get to my second one, which we did, and we still have the shield in the bag, guys, so this Meteor Mesh should be able to knock him out, and I go immediately into my Hexorus so that he cannot get any farm on my Clefable. We have 1 shield, and he doesn't have a shield anymore. I let this one go, but I think I should have shielded this attack, because if I shielded this attack, I could have easily gone to my Earthquake for free. As you guys can see, I'm really close to my Earthquake, because I would get to my Earthquake before he can get to his next Focus Blast, because of how long his charge attacks will take. Luckily it works out for us, but I think I should have shielded that one and then just gone for the Earthquake, because since he didn't have a shield, so that was a bit of a misplay on my part, but luckily we weren't punished for it. Now we have a Hexorus into a Registeel, pretty good matchup for us again, so he's probably forced to swap. Goes into the Giratina, and I align it with my Escavalier. I should have gone Clefable. This is a bit of a misplay on me, but I should have gone Clefable, because we know he has the Steel type now in the bag, and because he swapped, he cannot swap. So if I had Clefable in here, it would 1v1 this Giratina, and then he can beat my Clefable with something, and then I can align it with Exorus, for example, on the Registeel. Because it's very rare for players to run double dragon into a cup with steel and fairy types, because dragon, steel, and fairy types are the only typings. But yeah, I get off my drill run, doesn't do too much. And I'm trying to get off another drill run, just trying to weaken this as much as possible. Because now I have to commit to the win here, which is gonna be tough. Do I shield here? I don't shield here probably, because I can... This Giratina form doesn't do too much damage, and I should be able... No, we're not getting to our drill run. Yeah, and if I just went to Clefable in the first place, because now I'm gonna be in an awkward position in which he can bring in the Registeel, and if I bring in Hexorus, he can swap out again. So it's really going to depend on what he has in the bag. Like if he has a Fairy type in the bag alongside the Registeel. But luckily it was an Excadrill, so he ran double Steel Dragon. But if he had a Fairy type in the bag, then I would have probably lost. Yeah, I'm going to shield the drill run. And this is why it was important to switch in the Clefable instead of the Escavelier. But yeah, now I'll be able to beat this. And I just wanted to beat him before he could throw off an extra charge attack, because I need the shield on this guy. And I'm gonna, since this is the last mon, I am going for a few breaking swipes. Because obviously I can get to my Earthquake as well, but he has a shield. And I don't want to throw off an Earthquake on a shield. But if I get all if I get all my breaking swipes on him, then he won't be able to beat my Clefable with all the attack drops on him. And he does finally decide to shield, and I go into Clefable immediately, because the reason is, if he somehow is able to beat Clefable here, he has to use a charged attack, which means Hexorus has a head start, and I'll be able to get to my Earthquake before he gets to his charge attack. That's why I swapped immediately. Also, I got 2 debuffs on him. So if he's somehow able to beat my Clefable here, which I really doubt, he cannot do it with fast attacks. And now I get to my Moonblast. He obviously doesn't have a shield anymore, because he just used it, and we knock out the guy. And he still actually had a shield left, I believe. Yeah, we have here a Granbull for our Hexorus, so we have to swap out immediately. And in this situation, it's really nice to have the Scizor instead of Escavalier. I actually lagged there for a bit, which is unfortunate because I took a free charm on my Hexorus. And now I get off my Acid Spray as he brings in the Giratina, which isn't good because now I have to rely on Clefable to beat the Granbull. But I got the defense debuff on him, so now I'm going to try to damage him a lot with Drill Run. And it does quite a bit, so the next Drill Run might be able to knock him out here. I don't think I need to shield here. It's usually like Shadow Sneak and maybe Dragon Claw, but that actually did a lot, and I don't get to my... So it was really important for me to win that one, so I think I had to shield it. But in my mind at the time, I thought, okay, I can live the attack, but Escavalier is not that bulky. And now this Giratina even gets some chip off on my Clefable, which is gonna suck because I am going to need this Clefable versus the Granbull, and he's going to get off a lot of fast attacks. Opposed to if I just shielded against the Giratina, I would have been able to get off a Drill Run. And I'm just trying to farm down on him so that I have energy. And he brings in the Excadrill, I bring in my Hexorus and his last Pokemon, Granbull. And yeah, I don't think it's not looking good here for me, guys. But I'm going for the attack, and I'm going to go straight into this guy, into the Clefable. Got the debuff on him, and I need to beat him so I can use my... I have to shield here, but I need to beat this Granbull so that my Hexorus can beat the other guy. We don't shield though, and we get off the Meteor Mash. Oh my god. Wait. I thought I would die, but still though. I still lose there. Which is unfortunate, but got a bit of lag on my Hexorus when I switched out. But here we go for another one. We lead Hexorus into the Togekiss, which is not good for us. Again, Scizor. I feel like Scizor was actually better to have on this team, just because of the fairy types. Yeah, he brings in the Giratina on my Escavelier. Yeah, I get off my Acid Spray, and now I have to beat this down with Drill Run. Okay, I think I actually need to cut out that part. But we have Hexorus into the Escavalier, and yeah, his first attack is most likely Acid Spray, which I don't want to shield. And he brings in a Granbull, and he basically kills me. It just goes so fast on the Granbull, like it just takes me out so quickly, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, I'm gonna go for the Acid Spray here. So he clicks Crunch as he uses Crunch, and yeah, I need to beat this Granbull, but Hexorus already died and my Escavalier is close to dying. So, and he only used the Granbull, so I cannot afford to be a man down. I still have 2 shields, so basically what I need to do here is get to 2 Moonblasts. I'm going to Meteor Mash just to try to shield bait so I can get to my second Moonblast faster, which he does shield. And now I just need to get to my Moonblast, which we do, and this should do a lot of damage to Lucario. He might even die if I get an Excellent, of course. He doesn't die, and he gets an attack in. I think I have to shield this, even though just for the HP and his last remaining mon is Escavalier. I still have a shield on me, so I go for the Moonblast. He doesn't have a shield anymore, and even though Clefairy has to go through 2 Steel types, and there's a charge attack. Even if this is Acid Spray, I'm still going to shield this. I can always remove the debuff, but I just need to get to my Meteor Mash. And I will definitely get there before he gets to his next Acid Spray. And yeah, that should be GG on this one. Really rough start in the beginning, losing my Hexorus like that. But yeah, sometimes if you lead into a fairy, it's gonna be tough. I cannot lead against this either, because of the Dragon Breath, so I have to go into my Escavalier. Because I don't want to bring in Clefable and him bringing in a Steel type. He does go for the superpower there, and this is tough because I have to use Acid Spray, which is not going to do a lot of damage, but Drill Run is resisted, so I'm going to try to get as much damage off as possible. And he throws away his last bit of energy against me while I'm super low. He could have tried to farm me down there, but this gives me an opportunity to bring in Clefable, and I'm just going to try to farm it down with fast attacks so I get energy up. And we see Melmetal coming in, and I cannot switch. I'm going for Meteor Mash just to stall out the timer and make me use as little as possible amount of energy. And then I'm gonna commit my Excadrill to this Melmetal. I am going to shield it though, because I want to farm this down a bit, as he used his other charge move attack. This has to be another Rock Slide. So I should be able to take that, and now I'm just going to farm him down with my fast attacks. My opponent still has 2 shields though. So I'm going to go for the Breaking Swipe. And it does force the shield. And here I have to shield this attack because I have a lot of energy on my Excadrill. And trying to farm him down with my fast attack so I can get off my Breaking Swipe on the next target, which is Sandslash. And this is really good for me because Sandslash just came in, so he doesn't have any energy. So I get a few fast attacks, and with my Breaking Swipes, I'm going to make him so weak that Clefable can take many hits from him. And I actually almost beat him down with my Hexorus, which is insane. And yeah, obviously he's gonna lose to full HP Clefable. So the next game, Hexorus versus the Kingdra. I have to swap out here because of the Dragon Breath, so I'm gonna bring in my Escavalier, trying to beat him down. Going for the Acid Spray again. And few moves he can have, I believe he can have Hydro Pump and Hydro Surf or Outrage. I did decide to shield here because I was afraid of dying to the water attack as he goes for Outrage. And he swaps into his Excadrill, which is really strange to me because it means what else he has in the bag must be Steel type if he swaps into Excadrill. And I decided not to shield because I felt like I had Hexorus in the back. So I Drill Run here and he doesn't shield either. And he goes back into the Kingdra. And now I can go into my Clefable. And if he swaps into a Steel type, I can get in my Hexorus. And I do decide to go for the Meteor Mesh here, trying to force a shield. Making me think because he farmed up some energy on me. And he does shield there. Because I want him to be one shield down. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to my next Meteor Mesh. I did decide to stay in there. Because he did reveal Outrage to me. And Octazooka has his next attack. He goes into Empoleon and like I said, I can bring in my Hexorus straight away. And it was indeed a Steel type. Now I can commit to the farm, so I'm going to shield, even though Hydro Cannon is very likely. I'm going to go for the Breaking Swipe first, because after this damage I can farm him down, and he's going to do little damage to me while I'm farming him down due to the debuff. And now I'm able to get off my Breaking Swipe against the Kingdra, and he decides to forfeit, because he could have shielded my Breaking Swipe, but that still would have given him the attack debuff, and I still had my Clefable in the bag. That's why he forfeit. Now we have our Hexorus in versus Empoleon. Amazing lead for us, because now I'm able to just attack. He's forced to swap, and we see Togekiss. So I switch to my Escavelier. I think I should just bring in the... You see a lot of double Steel Cores. In this situation, I should probably just bring in my own Clefable, but I'm so used to bringing in Scizor against these kind of guys. That's why I felt like Scizor might even be better on this team, but it's only if you have a good lead, I guess. Anyway, even with the Acid Spray, I am still going to damage them for quite a bit. He does decide to shield that one, and he's gonna farm me down with the Charms. Charm is so pretty strong. And here, I think I decided not to shield. So Ancient Power should be fine. I actually did shield as he goes for Aerial Ace. I guess I wanted to be in line. I kind of wanted to commit to the farm down with my Charm, with my Fairy Wind. And now we see Empoleon coming in. I throw off my Moonblast immediately so they cannot do anything. So I can get that free switch into this guy. And we see Reshiram coming in, so he had a dragon in the back. So it's actually good that we used Escavalier instead of... you can never really tell, but Hexorus should be fine against this, because he's using a fire fast attack. And now Empoleon, I can just use the Breaking Swipe in this scenario. I don't have to necessarily kill him, but I can take him down to his last hit. And the Breaking Swipe is just giving the debuff, like I said. With the debuff, Clefable should be able to live, and I'm getting to my next one as well. And yeah, take him out with my fast attack, and that should be the last one. So performance was a bit off, but I did make some wrong switches. I feel like wrong choices between Clefable or Escavalier. With Scizor, it was a bit easier to make the transition, but yeah. In this cup you only have Fairy, Steel, and Dragon types. So a lot of people do run double Steel. So if you see someone lead off with a Steel Pokemon and they switch to a Dragon type, for example, or a Fairy type, then it's probably better to go into Clefable first, because we can beat the Fairies with our Meteor Mesh, and we can beat Dragons with our Moonblast and Fairy Wind, of course. But yeah, those are just learning decisions, guys. I will definitely get better at them. Hope you guys still enjoyed, and yeah, hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.